Now in the previous exercise, we saw that we can use VLOOKUP and make the column inputs dynamic, as in for which month we need to take the data and for how many months we need to take the data. We could have we did it using VLOOKUP and array function, and we summed it. Now there was an additional step over here that we had to create a range, and we had to then use an indirect function, and then we have to use row functions, that how many uh, columns the VLOOKUP function will take to sum. Now if you want to avoid this, there is another way around, which is using an offset function. So offset function will determine that from where and how many columns it will take, and that will happen dynamically. Now let's see how does it happen. So if we start writing sum, within that offset function the premise still remains the same. Now before we enter into an array function, let's understand how the offset works over here. In this particular premise, offset will take a reference. So here my first row, first column, basically my first cell is going to be my reference, or a cell above that can be my reference. Rows and columns is in from the reference how many rows down and how many columns on the right hand side. So how many rows down and how many columns on the right hand side you have to start, as in Excel has to start. And then from there Excel will take the number of cells to sum it up here. So basically height and width, as in how big is the block basically here. So basically height and width. So your height is my 2 and width is basically 3. So width is going to be columns, height is going to be the rows. Now let's understand using sum. Sum offset. Reference is my first cell, basically the intersection of the first row and the first column, which is over here is sales in thousands. Now from there we have to pick up how many rows. Now how many rows, how will we determine, is basically on this selection, is in whatever we select it has to go to that particular rows. Now again that has to be a dynamic, so we will use match function. Match lookup value is going to be this, lookup array is basically going to be this, the set of the input products. Match type is exactly 0, so that will define how many rows. So in this particular scenario, first row. How many columns, we have to go right, then we have to select how many columns over here, which is what is going to be my starting month. Basically in that particular column we have to start. Height is how many row data I want to pick it up. Here in this scenario I want data only for that particular row, so my height is going to be the 1, comma 1 and comma width. For how many columns I need data basically, and we can do some changes over here. For the timing I am saying that start from 2, end at 4. Okay, so from 2 till 4. So second, third, fourth, fifth, it will consider like that. So it will start at second and end at 5th month. Okay, from second it will go to 4 columns on the right hand side, so second, third, fourth, fifth. I'll close it and we'll do some adjustment later depending on our inputs. So this is technically done. Once I press Ctrl Shift Enter, it gives me the output, which is 2986. Now let's understand. From computer, it starts at column 2 and goes 1, 2, 3, 4 up till column 5. So over here I can see that my answer is going to be 2986. Now if my input is starting month 2 for how many months? So 4 months. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 months. So instead of 4 it has to be 5. So we can just add 1 over here. In the width, just add 1 over here. So second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That's pretty much we have to do it. Even if I do this for, let's say, phones second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 3780 is going to be my answer. Even if I change this, let's say starting month 3rd, and how many months I need? 5 months. So for phone, starting from 3rd month, 1 2 3 4 5 4 8 7 9. So depending on how do we need the output, we can just tweak the final formula, but the understanding is going to be this particular scenario, that you can use offset, you can select your row using match function, and then you can use row width and a column width to determine how far, how deep the output is going to be. So that's pretty much about this particular video using offset function. How can we use an array function to give us a summation of something, a summation of a block. So that's pretty much about this video. Like, share and subscribe this particular video. Like our channel for more such videos. Thank you.